is the mileage actually true on the car? And I have actually rejected a few cars based on that one little sum I do. I've rejected cars on that because I haven't been completely satisfied. It's then led to me to dig into the car's history and also the condition of the car. Hi, this is Rad from MR Sportscars. In this video, I'm going to talk about using diagnostics, the Porsche official diagnostics on a car like this 987 Gen 2 Cayman. I want to show you exactly some of the interesting things you can interrogate on one of these cars. This is a lovely 987 Gen 2 Cayman S PDK with the factory aero kit, Cayman R wheels, and a whole host of other really nice options. I do this kind of interrogation on every single car before I buy it to make sure that the car is what it says it is. It hasn't been clocked. It hasn't got any underlying issues. So I've got my equipment here. Porsche Diagnostics PIWIS Tester 3, PIWIS 3, which is the latest one. The same one at a Porsche main dealer. And I'm going to hook it up to this car and show you exactly what I can see. The level of detail and interrogation you can go into it. These cars essentially have black boxes, so you can do a hell of a lot of stuff using. So I won't start it. I will just have the key in the ignition with the lights on. I'll set up my laptop quickly. Now these cars have an OBD port, which you may not know. It's under here, and I can plug my PIWIS 3 device there. Plug it in via USB. It is actually wireless, but I don't like using the wireless functionality of it. Okay, so the software is all uploaded. Just connected the USB, so it's all ready to go. Click Diagnostics. It should detect the model line. There we go, 987. So the first thing I'm going to do is check some of the actual values. So I'm going to go to the DME, which is the basically the ECU and the data it stores. I'm going to go to actual values. If I was diagnosing an issue, this is what I'd use as well. But for this video, I'm going to show you some of the things that I check before buying a car. So I want to go to engine data, actual values, next. And there is a huge amount of stuff that you can look up basically on the fly or when the car is in resting mode like it is now, with just the ignition on. So some of the things I've checked is camshaft deviation, looking for over revs. So here are the over revs. So over revs are quite a useful thing to see if the car has been revved beyond the rev limiter. With a PDK, it's not so much an issue. It's more of an issue with a manual car. If it's been misshifted. PDK in theory can't misshift, so this should all be absolutely fine on most cars. So camshaft deviation very low figures there, so you know that the engine hasn't been highly stressed, and it's only got range 1 and range 2 ignitions. So all the others, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 4, 5 and 6 are the ones to possibly be concerned about, but it's no need to really get in a panic. It's only if within the last 50 engine hours it's had a 4, 5 and 6. This car hasn't got any of those. So it's got 3,936 ignitions in range 1, 4 ignitions range 2. And you can see this information and what it means on the PDF report that I produce for each car that's shown on my website. So if you see the for sale ad for this car, on the right hand side, if you're on a desktop browser, there's a PDF to download, which on, I think, page 5 has the diagnostics results and interprets this information, explains what it is. Range 1 and 2 are basically hitting the red line in these cars. Range 1 is just on a flat surface, and if you were traveling downhill on a slip road or something, you might brush range 2. It tells you when it last occurred, so in engine hours, because the cars do actually measure in engine hours. And so yeah, 1,348 engine hours it's had. And it also tells you the mileage, but in kilometers. These cars by default measure in kilometers. This car's done 42,794. So you can do a quick calc. You can do the mileage divided by the engine hours. Let me just do that now. So that's on the PDF that I do as well, just to see if the car is within a sensible range of miles per hour of its whole life. So the mileage is 42,794. 42,794 divided by the engine hours, 1348.84, and you get 31.72, which implies that the car, its whole life, on average, it's travelled 31.7 miles an hour, which is well within the expected boundary of most UK cars. Most cars have between, I'd say, 20 miles an hour and 35. If it's more of a motorway high-speed car, it will be close to 35, possibly a little bit more. Most cars are typically around 30, but you do get some town cars that have got an average of 21, 22. I see a lot less of those, but generally they're all around 30. 28 to 32 is where most cars sit. If it is well outside of that sort of margin, 20 to 35, then I would start asking questions about car, looking at the car in detail in terms of, is the mileage actually true on the car? And I have actually rejected a few cars based on that one little sum I do. I've rejected cars on that because I haven't been completely satisfied. It's then led to me to dig into the car's history and also the condition of the car, looking underneath, looking more carefully at more components than I would normally would, looking at the wear on the seats, carpets, doors, door entries, originality of stickers in the door sills, on top of everything else we do, such as coolant pipes, brake discs and pads, tyres, condition of the bodywork. We pull up all the plastics in the front to make sure that there's none of the panels have been removed, so the wings in particular. There's no crash damage behind the front bumper. All of that stuff is done, but if some of these figures on this diagnostics aren't tying up, then I will still reject a car because it doesn't meet my criteria of provenance and documentation standing up to scrutiny of it being like an investment or collector's car. And that's where I see these cars. These cars are collector's cars now, and they will be. And that's why I produce the documentation I do. That's why I take the time to aesthetically prepare these cars to basically be as good as they can be. Yes, they're used cars, but I think they can be presented properly. They can retain their value if they are brought up to a standard where nothing sort of needs recommissioning in the next few years. There will inevitably be things over the years that you need to replace, but we try and basically get on top of everything that we can before handing over a car, before even advertising a car, so that it's ready to go and potentially enjoyed for a full 2 years with just one MOT and one service at the end of that 2 years, or in the last sort of 6 months of that 2 years. So that's a little bit about what we do. So that's some of the figures I look up, and I do look up a lot more as well, but I'm not going to go into all that detail right now. The other thing I can do very easily on these cars is look up the vehicle data. So it will tell you even the production number, so the order in which it was produced on the factory. It will tell you, it says which country it's produced for, so I can confirm this car is a C16, it's a UK car. Obviously you have the on these cars, you have the option sticker at the front of the service book. Sometimes cars don't have the original service book, and that could be for a number of reasons. One is potentially it was never supplied with one. There was times when the factory was short of new service books, so they sent cars out without service books, and then later forwarded one on to the owner to get stamped up, and it didn't have the factory sticker in it. Sometimes owners move house, they lose it. Sometimes these cars are part exchange and the owner, for whatever reason, doesn't give the book with the car, which is really frustrating. But yes, sometimes these cars don't. But even in that case, I can look up everything here. So I can confirm the colour, I can confirm of the interior and the exterior. So LC9Z is basalt black, AT is extended black leather on these cars. Then I can look up X codes and M codes. So X codes are very special codes. They are sort of over and above. They're called factory exclusive options. So this one has the Cayman Aero kit. It has the wheels painted black. They're now painted in Weiss Gold or Weissach Gold metallic, which is a lovely GT3 RS colour from 997 Gen 2s. It's got the illuminated door entry guard, so it's got all the wiring for that. It's got the sports exhaust system, the sports tailpipes, and it's got the door entry guards in carbon, which I've already showed you in this video. So that confirms to me exactly what's fitted on the car in terms of really special stuff. And then there's all the normal stuff. Some of this is factory options, some of it is actually standard on all UK cars. So silver instrument dials is standard on all Cayman S's in this country, unless you specified a different colour. If it has a Sport Chrono Package Plus, it will tell you what colour stopwatch is. Some of the other things I'll just scroll through. PDK. The R wheels, 19-inch wheels. They're called Boxster R on here, but they're also the Cayman R. It's actually the Boxster Spider or the Cayman R. PASM tells you where it was produced. All the anti-theft stuff, air conditioning, climate control. It's got the PDLS, so the dynamic cornering lights, LED daytime driving lights. All the Gen 2 cars have that. Then it has all the sat-nav stuff, so PCM3 with European maps, Bluetooth, extra 12-volt socket, Sport Chrono Package Plus, PCM, vehicle tracking preparation, Bose, floor mats, PDK sport steering wheel that's the sport design steering wheel, universal media or multimedia interfaces is all of the extra bits in there, and leather interior, seat covers. Yeah, so there is all the options as well. So that is some of the information I look at when I go and see a car. There is other stuff I obviously do as well to do my due diligence properly, and happy to share more of that with you. If you want to find out more, please do comment below. If you found this video useful, also please do subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to help owners as much as possible with understanding their cars or cars they're about to buy a little bit better. So thank you for watching.